In our news this morning, Akwa Ibom State Legislature gets new House leader as 24 members defect to APC. University of Uyo to host 14th induction ceremony of Teachers Registration Council of Nigeria. Plus, INEC releases names of 110 associations seeking registration as political parties. Hello there, very good morning, and thank you for joining us on NTOU News at 10. My name is Clement Barikui, and this telecast is reaching you live on Star Times Channel 103 and on our social media handles on Facebook and YouTube. Speaker Akwa Ibom State House of Assembly Udeme Otong has appointed a member representing Mbo State constituency, Effiong Johnson, as the acting House leader, pending when the APC leadership will send a nominee to replace Sunday Jani, who is now minority PDP member in the House. This is sequel to the official announcement of defection of 24 members to the All Progressives Congress APC by the Speaker.
The activities of the House started as usual, where the House leader and member representing Ona State constituency, Sunday Jani, took off his duty by calling on the first 3 items on the order paper of the House. The House thereafter witnessed arguments when the Speaker announced that the House leader should resign from his previous position since he is now a minority PDP member in the House.
The House leader shall be a member nominated from the party with the highest number of members. As it stands today, the House leader is in the minority. On that note, let the Chief Whip act until further notice.
The Speaker has today except you and the Deputy Speaker. None of them are qualified to answer the name Chief Whip, leader, or anything, because our party, the All Progressive Congress, don't send any other name to this house. They should remain in their own until the names is so sent.
In the absence of the majority leader to follow the business of the House, the only person that has the capacity to further step into that shoes is the deputy majority leader. And we have it elicited. I want to believe, Mr. Speaker, that if you are a student of law, as you are always, I want to believe that the deputy leader is well seated, can competently conduct the affairs of the House for taking on when a new leader will emerge.
The Chief Whip shall be a member nominated from the party with the highest number of votes. Nominated from the party with the highest number of votes. Referring to members, not from the party we were elected.
Exactly, sir.
It's referring to members from majority political parties who are in this House.
After much deliberations, the Speaker appointed Chief Whip of the House and member representing Mbo State constituency, Effiong Johnson, as the acting House leader until a new House leader is nominated by the APC leadership. Meanwhile, the Akwa Ibom State House of Assembly has urged the chairman of Ikono local government area to build a cordial relationship with the legislative arm of government in the area. This is sequel to a report of the House Committee on Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs presented by the chairman of the committee, Mfon Ido, where 11 councillors on 6 May 2025 wrote a petition to the House of gross conduct against the chairman. Nsika Okon, NTA News.
Governor Umoino has cleared 60 billion naira out of the backlog of gratuities owed workers in the state. The Akwa Ibom State government has also approved the recruitment of 3,000 workers released 2,025 promotion and approved the refund of the 7.5% suspended contributory pension deductions. Kevin Samia report that the head of Akwa Ibom State Civil Service, Effiong Esen, made this known at a media parley to mark the beginning of the 2025 Civil Service Week. The reports.
The governor of Akwa Ibom State, Umo Eno, had since 2024 reactivated the celebration of Civil Service Week in Akwa Ibom State as part of his drive to reposition the sector considered by many as the engine room of government. Kickstarting the 2025 celebration is the reason for this media party, as well as bringing people up to speed with the administration of Umo Eno's achievements, especially as regards the welfare of workers.
Excellency also is looking at safety at our workplaces. He had earlier approved 100 occupational safety officers, and that recruitment process that is drawn from the employment portal. So His Excellency did so well and elevated the spirit of our permanent secretaries by releasing those vehicles to the permanent secretaries. The teachers, our teachers also receive wardrobe allowance, something that has never happened. They all receive wardrobe allowances. And we do not leave out also training and retraining of public servants.
Head of Akwa Ibom State Civil Service, Effiong Esen, further explains some of the features of the week, noting that the unified local government workers as well as federal civil servants are part of this year's celebration.
By Wednesday, which is the 25th of this month, at the Civil Service Auditorium, we gathered there to have a public lecture, a lecture that would draw the public servants and maybe members of the public to a lecture on the theme. And the lecture would be delivered by no less a person than the Honorable Commissioner, Minister of Science and Digital Economy of Akwa Ibom State.
We have not been celebrating Public Service Week for the past number of years, a decade ago. But last year, His Excellency, the worker-friendly governor, made us to come back, to give us that sense of belonging once again in government, to make us know that public servants are valued.
The 2025 Public Service Week, which has as its theme leveraging technology for a smart and agile public service, will round off with a Thanksgiving service on Sunday, June 29, 2025 at the International Worship Center. In Uyo, Kelvin Samuel, NTA News.
Meanwhile, the Akwa Ibom State Head of Civil Service, Effiong Esen, was in the studios of the NTA Uyo to speak on the 2025 Civil Service Week, currently ongoing in the state, as well as other related matters.
In line with that report we've just watched, I'm being joined live in the studio by the Head of Civil Service of Akwa Ibom State, Elder Effiong Esen.
Thank you.
Yes, it's good to have you join us.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, that report there on the screen centered on the Civil Service Week, that is for the year 2025. Now, what is the significance of this week to civil servants in the state?
Thank you so much. The celebration of Public Service Week is an international celebration. Celebrated all over from 23rd of June every year at the national it is celebrated. And for Akwa Ibom State, we're having the Public Service Week that started yesterday with the media party. And the significance of it is to create awareness about the public service and to bring to government's attention the needs of the public servants, and to also have a way of motivating public servants to greater effectiveness and efficiency in service.
Okay, with that light you've thrown, what is the theme of this year's celebration, and what does it seek to achieve?
The theme for 2025 Public Service Week celebration is leveraging technology for a smart and agile public service. As you would agree with me, technology, ICT, is the end thing now. And I want to assess how the public servants in Akwa Ibom State having the knowledge of technology, and also the technologies that are available for various tasks of the public service. And for the lecture there, I will bring up very erudite and proficient ICT guru in the state, in the person of Dr. Frank Egbeyin, the Honorable Commissioner for Science, Technology and Digital Economy in Akwa Ibom State. It would explain the available technologies and also see how we can leverage this to improve on our delivery in the public service of Akwa Ibom State.
Okay, with the thing you've just explained, that's leveraging technology for smart civil service. Now, considering the current trend of events around the world in public service, let's take a look at the civil service, how the journey has been so far.
Thank you so much. The journey in the public service in Akwa Ibom State started as far back as the creation of the state in 1987, and we started, from not so good office accommodation, and developed into us having the Dawson Secretariat, and moved on to other smart offices that accommodate various NDAs in the state. The service has been a dynamic one, moving from one policy, from one service policy to another, like the public service rule. It has evolved from what we inherited from the former crossover state to Akwa Ibom, and it has undergone a number of review. The last one that was done at 2022 and is currently used is the third edition of the public service rule in Akwa Ibom State. So there has been a lot of innovation, improvement, all geared towards increasing efficiency and productivity in the service.
Okay, the civil servants are always expected. So, what does the government have in stock for them?
The government, has a very big basket full of so many things for the public, the servant in the state. But our governor is public service focused, and I always say that the public service of Akwa Ibom State has benefited most from the alliance agenda of His Excellency the Governor. He has, let me even start with the release of money for conduct of 2025 promotion in the civil service of the state. The public servants have benefited a lot in terms of regular support to carry out the duties. The permanent secretaries in the state have benefited from vehicles that have been released to them by His Excellency the Governor. The junior workers they have benefited from health insurance premium payments by His Excellency the Governor, so that they can access quality health services under the Arise Healthcare. And also, even in terms of housing, the public servants in the junior category have been given 150 housing units, still by benevolence of the Excellency the Governor. These houses were released to them free of charge and are living in them in Grace Estate.
Okay, thank you so very much. The Akwa State Head of Civil Service, Elder Effiong, is seen for finding time to be here. We want to appreciate you and even the Governor, like you said, for the many things that civil servants in the state are benefiting. Particularly, you talked about the housing scheme, which is quite a big relief to the average civil servants in the state. Thank you so very much, and we know that some other time, as we invite you, you'll find time to be here. Thank you. Yes, we'll take a break. The news continues shortly after we start.
The solution to your building and construction works is Regan Stones, dealer in chippings, hardcore, iron rods, cement, sharp sand, and blocks of all kinds. At Regan Stones, integrity is our watchword. We are equipped to deliver to you regardless of the quantity you desire. We scale every product with our weighing bridge, so you can be rest assured of the exact quantity of products you buy from us. Our dedicated and committed staff, coupled with efficient automated vibrating machine, guarantee our unfailing delivery always. We have top-notch customer care services to attend to you in minutes. Locate us at Regan Stones, Goswell Akpabio Crescent, Shelter Afraid, Uyo, Akwa Ibom State. Our office line 0916-641-1972. Regan Stones, reliable and trusted. Regan Stones, quality beyond imagination.
At NTA Television College Jos, you will dive into exhilarating hands that will fuel your passion in education and propel your career to new heights. We don't just teach, we craft the next generation of media leaders. Explore our diverse offering, understanding the personnel matters and issues in the public service, basic development communication, financial reporting under IPSAS, and interpretation of public sector accounting standard IPSAS, audit, internal check and control management, video camera maintenance, new technologies, optics, fiber, IP technologies, automation, storage management, and wireless technology. Challenges and opportunities in the secretarial profession in the digital age. Digital marketing, basic drama, online reporting, understanding the provisions of the revised public service, audio engineering operations and maintenance, camera operations, and intermediate drama. Mark your calendar. The second quarter of 2025 is your launch pad. This is your moment to seize the future. Announcer Management.
Thank you for staying tuned. We now continue with the rest of our stories. The University of Uyo will host the 14th induction ceremony of the Teachers Registration Council of Nigeria for graduating students of the Faculty of Education as well as the Faculty of Vocational Education, Library and Information Science. This is contained in a statement signed by the Deputy Director of Information and Public Relations of the University, Udoro Udoiku, on behalf of the Registrar. The event is scheduled to take place on Thursday, July 3, 2025 at the Onyema Ogochukwu Auditorium, Town Campus by 12 noon. During the ceremony, TRCN will formally induct qualified graduates into the teaching profession, empowering them as certified education professionals. The management of the University of Uyo cordially invite the inductees members of the university community, and the public to be part of this important occasion. All students and guests are kindly requested to be seated by 11:45 in the morning. As part of efforts to promote spiritual growth and deeper understanding of faith, Right Reverend Ekerobong Moses has published his 7th book titled Pains and Gains of the Kingdom Mandate. Abasianyang Ekpenyong report that the book launch was held at the Prelate Mbang Christian Worship Center, Uyo.
These are believers who have converged to celebrate Ekerobong Moses, a native of Edemibiok, Ibesikpo Sultan Local Government Area and Bishop of Methodist Church, Nigeria, Diocese of Hadadia, for his latest publication. They are admonished to be focused on life's journey on earth, for sweetness comes after pains.
After rain comes shine. Rain should not be forever. A time comes when you should also gain from the result and doggedness of the pains.
Chairman of the occasion, while appreciating the author for a job well done, says the book, titled Pains and Gains of the Kingdom Mandate, is a blessing to the society.
Books are very important to us because they provide the template for self-improvement and societal advancement.
The book reviewer encourages believers to read the publication as it is what the world needs at the moment, while participants appreciate the author and recommend the book to everyone going through difficult moments in life.
This book, The Pains and Gains of the Kingdom Mandate, give an insight to a long and rough journey, and then the victory of the author as it relates to his kingdom mandate. Note that different people will have different experiences in their journey to their destiny.
Family book for our generation to know that despite the crown we're expecting to wear, there's a cross to carry. And Bishop Ekerobong has summarized it in a book for us to read.
It is a great approach. It's a very suiting approach to those who come through serving the Lord and they encountered a lot of persecution and difficulties. Before you gain, you must go through some pains, and that pains, when the pains come, you have to give it to God, because it is God that will reward you at the end.
Right Reverend Ekerobong Moses, the author, Pains and Gains of the Kingdom Mandate, and his wife said the book is a reminder that there is light at the end of the tunnel.
No Christians should say this ministry is full of peace from the beginning to the end. No. You will be challenged. Your neighbor can challenge you. Your colleague in the ministry can challenge you. Anybody, even your friend. But in the midst of all this, God is there to see us.
The writing of this book is not to cause any chaos in the church or anywhere, but it is to serve as a reminder to every child of God who has determined to serve God.
High point of the event is unveiling and presentation of the book to the public in Uyo. Abasianyang Ekpenyong, NTA News.
We now pause for another commercial break. More news when we return. Stay with us.
Rose Bay Hotel. Come, feel the luxury of our contemporary hotel. We offer lodging and accommodation. Stay at our deluxe executive and luxury suites for your comfort. Experience extravagant dining and delicious meals by expert chef. Lounge at our exquisite VIP bar. Enjoy 24 hours power supply with free Wi-Fi services. Our security system is top-notch to ensure your safety. Ample parking space and laundry services available. The ambience is serene to make your stay memorable. We are located at number 1 Julius Badger Road off House of Assembly Avenue, Uyo, Akwa Ibom State. For reservations, call 070-650-41139. Roseville Hotel, hospitality at its best.
Thank you for staying tuned. We now continue with the rest of our stories. An Akwa Ibom State High Court sitting in Uyo has jailed 6 persons for conspiracy and the murder of a state council, Godwin Ikoiwak, in 2022. Among those sentenced to various years in confinement include wife of the deceased, his mother-in-law, as well as medical doctors of a public hospital in Uyo. The reports.
January 20, 2022 was like every other day for Godwin Ikoiwak, a lawyer and state counsel in the Akwa Ibom State Ministry of Justice, not until the evening of same day. Godwin had gone to Nongoduitak, a local government area, to meet his in-laws over his wife's infidelity, and later discovered that the 19-year-old boy whom the wife brought in as her younger brother was actually her biological son from a reverend father. Autopsy report made available in court revealed that Godwin Ikoiwak sustained bruises on parts of his body and died of sniper injection, contrary to claims that he died of asthma at the St. Luke's Hospital, Anua. Delivering his judgment based on evidences from 14 witnesses and 51 exhibits brought before the court, Justice Basi Nkenang found the deceased's wife, Abasiese Banga, who was not around at the time of the crime, guilty of conspiracy and sentenced her to 2 years in confinement beginning from 18 February 2022. 69-year mother-in-law of the deceased, Margaret Umo, and the sister-in-law, Owedogu Umo, are to serve 10 years in confinement in lieu of death sentences for the mother of the lawyer, while the 3 staffers of St. Luke's Hospital, Anua, including the administrator and 2 medical doctors, are sentenced to 2 and 4 years in confinement respectively for conspiracy to purpose and the issuance of false medical reports as well as death certificate.
What steps I take next will determine my satisfaction.
Our position should be that motive should be formed or is normally formed before. That's the aspect we want to contest.
A classmate of the deceased, Sonny Anyanwu, who spoke on behalf of the family, expressed dissatisfaction over the judgment.
If we go on appeal, the appeal will give the maximum punishment. This is not maximum punishment. She was just given 2 years. The person who coordinated the whole thing, just given 2 years. And starting from where she was detained, in other words, nothing. She's free.
One thing noticed in this particular judgment is that all parties involved in this case have one ground of dissatisfaction or the other, the basis for which they intend to go on appeal. The late Godwin Ikoiwak and his wife, Abasiese Banga, were lawyers as at the time of the incident. Clement Bariku.
The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has released names of 110 associations seeking to be registered as political parties. INEC Chairman Professor Mahmoud Yakubu disclosed these at a consultative meeting with media executive ahead of the Anambra governorship election. Mie Ugidi reports.
2027 elections. The battle is in the ballot. And to get the symbol of a new political party, not simple. And 110 associations seeking a symbol from INEC. Warm handshake, but these are not the men and women seeking new political parties. But they are the ones questioning the answers if they are not comfortable with the answers. The Penn family, in a consultative meeting with INEC ahead of the FCT Area Council elections in 2026 and the Anambra governorship election November 8, 2025.
Campaign in public by political parties commenced exactly 2 weeks ago. I urge you to monitor these activities.
And it is our hope and prayer as journalists will work together towards bringing sanity into the system.
Back to the issue of registration of new political parties. Accusations of not registering new parties not new to the INEC chief.
The same unfounded accusation was made under similar circumstances in 2013 that the Commission was not keen on the proposed merger of political parties because, according to them, INEC had merged with the ruling party at the time. We wish to reassure Nigerians that under the current situation, we will continue to be guided by law and act with fairness to all associations seeking registration as political parties. We will treat all requests fairly, irrespective of the status of their promoters, be they ordinary or prominent citizens.
With this clarification by the INEC chairman on the controversy in some quarters surrounding the registration of new political parties or otherwise ahead of the 2027 general election has been laid to rest. But two major issues are still much alive. That is, the continuous voter registration exercise. When will that exercise resume? And the conduct of by-election, especially in the National Assembly. But the INEC chairman assures that these issues will be also addressed, and a date for that will be announced latest in the next 24 hours. From the INEC headquarters, Abuja, Mie Ogidi, NTA News.
I say it has been on our news at 10. Thank you so much for staying tuned with us. So don't forget to join us later in the day by 7 p.m. for a fresh package of NTOU News. Until then, I remain Clement Barakui. Have a lovely day ahead.